Don't you love it?
Yeah, I do.
That's so cool. So we have Celia
Yes.
and Matthew, and you are from England. You are
I'm
from
from
Kent,
England, yes.
England. Cool. I had another one in from England after you. I don't remember what they said, but I said, "Oh, there was somebody from Kent earlier. Is that your rival?" I went, "Yeah." I said, "Yep, that's our rival." I'm like, "That's fine." So you were in here earlier, and we were going to do a bob, and I said, "Come back and do a bob on camera." And so we did blow dry your hair earlier. Like, look how
Yes.
pretty this is. You got
Nice
such
and
pretty
silky.
hair. But you were growing your hair, trying to grow your hair, and you're like, "Oh, I just want my bob back."
Yep.
So we're going to do a bob, and we're going to bend it under really tight, and so it shrinks up a lot. So that'll be the first haircut. And if you want another haircut, we'll do another haircut.
Okay, perfect.
And but we'll start with one haircut.
Yeah.
And it's an invitation, and you're always welcome to do more.
Lovely.
Cool.
Let's go.
So, wardrobe. Let's look at wardrobe. You're not wearing black for the bob we're going to do. We're going to do something more color, so. And we've decided on that one, and we'll do a pretty little bob to go with it. So you can go get changed, go around the corner,
Perfect. Thank you.
step into the camera. Lovely. Cool. Now we just have to do a bob to go with it. You can jump on here. And also, there was no thing, these things didn't exist in the,
No.
whatever, 1980, 1985, whatever we're doing. I think they had these ones eventually. Where did it go? Oh, they had these eventually.
Oh, perfect.
And then if you put an elastic on and you attach the camera, it becomes a camera phone.
Oh, I like
Camera
it.
phones. Yeah, so that was the latest technology of like 1990 or whatever. So the next question is, what color cape do you want? A pink one, a
Oh,
purple
yes,
one, a
pink,
stripy one, or a
please.
red one? You want pink.
That's my favourite colour.
Cool.
Gorgeous. Thank
Yeah.
you. Always pink.
Always pink.
This is my absolute favourite kind of pink as well.
Cool.
Just try and get
Starchy.
all my clothes in this.
Starchy. Starchy and pink.
Yep.
That should be the name of a band.
I like it.
Starchy and pink.
Starchy.
Maybe there is a band out there like that. Like Lily's band, of course. Cool. We've already washed your hair today. It's so
Yes.
smooth from that, but we're going to wash it again. But feel
Okay.
how smooth your hair is from earlier. Isn't that really pretty?
Genuinely, you made it so silky.
Yeah.
I could never ever do it that myself.
Yeah, no, it's so pretty. But we're going to wash it again anyway.
perfect.
So what we'll do is we'll come over and wash it. Actually, come this way and I'll move the camera over.
Okay.
And then jump on here. There's a few perms on the wall. Hey, yeah, come on over. We'll come back over. But
What are your favourite hairstyles to cut and create?
oh, everything. But I always say that, you know, someone asks you, what's your favorite haircut to do? I always say, the one I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't say I have a specific favorite. But bobs are all-time classic.
They are.
They've been around forever.
Yeah, they are.
And then my first high school girlfriend, because of the age we are, she had that haircut. I used to have to give her that haircut. I used to have to clip her up the back. And then in my high school, we were allowed to smoke cigarettes.
Really?
Yeah, so you had to be 14 to smoke. So that was
Had to be
her
14.
playing with her now, because I give her the number 2 in the back. So
Yeah.
she plays with the hair in the back. And so
Must
that was
look very cool.
that was her when she was. So I think I was 15. So I think she was probably 14 or
Okay.
15. I think she was 15. I think we were both 15 when I was giving her that haircut.
Yeah.
So that haircut was fun back then. It's fun to do
Nostalgic.
today, but it's
Yeah.
nostalgic. Yeah. But bobs are classic.
They
Bobs are
are.
iconic.
I've had one since I was like probably 5 years old.
Oh yes, yeah. So it's just another bob today.
It is.
Cool. And you've had all kinds of length, long and short, and in between.
I have, and yeah. So I've been traveling for 6 months now.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a haircut for 4 months, and I thought I could try and grow it longer. Just 'cause
Yeah.
I've never had it longer.
That's why you came to see me earlier today.
Yes, because
You're like, I
do
can't
not
do
like
this
it.
anymore. I want my bob
Yeah.
back.
It just feels like a bit flat for me, I think. It just
Yeah.
doesn't look good on me.
Yeah.
But I always feel much more confident with a short hair.
Short hair.
So
Yeah.
I'm happy
That's
with that.
cool.
Couldn't get booked in quick enough, to be honest.
Cool. And you found us somehow.
I did, yeah.
Cool.
I think you were recommended on, I think I was reading, blogs or something about hairdressers in Reddit, and I found you guys
Yeah,
from
yeah.
that. So
I come up. I have no control over that. I don't even log on to Reddit ever.
yeah.
But people come in. Oh, I saw you on Reddit. I'm like, is that a thing?
Well, you were highly recommended, so
Cool.
it's all good.
And then I recruited you as a haircut model
Yeah.
because you're from England and you're moving here and you're
Yeah.
all about the adventure.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you want to just do it on camera and share the adventure with the world? And you're like, yeah. So here's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna put you out over here and we're gonna determine the length of the bob before I snip, because we are doing this guy. So we're doing it exactly like there.
Mhm.
And I know where I'd want to go, but it's your hair, so you have to determine.
Where would you want to go?
Oh, bottom of the earlobe.
No.
How about to the jawline right there?
Maybe a tiny bit lower. Just
How
like,
about there for your life adventure?
Yeah, go on.
Because that's conventional.
Yeah,
That's
go
like
on.
classic bob shit. Yeah, we'll do that. And like I said to you earlier, when it comes to a bob,
Mhm.
I'll just cut this part for a second and I'll explain it.
Mhm.
Like when it comes to choosing a length of a bob,
Mhm.
you could go. So we're starting there,
Yeah, perfect.
and then we'll just clean that up a little bit through here, because that just shows the length we chose to start. But when you're choosing a length for a bob, like you could go here,
Mhm.
you could go here,
Mhm.
you could go here, or you can go up here, whatever. But the thing is, if you went here, that's the bob you have.
Mhm.
If you went here,
Yeah.
you get this bob, and then this bob, and then this bob, and then this bob, and this bob. So when it comes to a bob, like if you're like, oh, not too short, but if you go that extra 1 centimeter shorter,
Then you get.
then you get that length, plus it grows a centimeter, then you get the
Yeah.
other length.
You
So you
get
get both
everything.
lengths. Yeah, but there is a limit. Like I do love, the reason why I love bottom of the ear is because you just end up tucking it over the ear,
Yeah.
and it bunches in there. And I think
I
it's
like
gorgeous.
that.
I think it would suit you too, but we don't have to do it right
Yeah.
now, because we'll go to this length right now. So that's pushing your limit already. If you decide tonight you want to go more, like bottom of the ear, we can do it.
Perfect.
But we'll just do this for now.
Thank you.
And then I'll match up the other side and then we'll go to the back.
Perfect.
Now, it depends. A lot of people don't start haircuts in the sides like I just did. They start in the back. The reason why I start in the sides is so you can see where it's going.
Yes.
If you start in the back and you don't really know until you hit the sides. So it's just, it's a visual thing.
Yes, I understand.
And so, and there's no rules to hair. So what we're going to do is we're going there and then we're going to match up on this side and then we'll go to the back and we'll cut the back and even everything out. So yeah, we're going to go about there. Just means we're working on it together. Cute. And the more you cut, the better. It's part of your adventure.
Of course. And that's the thing about hair. It just, you can go as adventurous as you like, and it's always just going to grow back, and then you can do it all again.
Yeah.
I've been thinking I eventually would quite like to dye it like a dark red colour.
Yeah.
Kind of a beautiful dark, almost purpley red.
To be honest, shorter lengths of time to do all the colors
Yeah.
because it's short.
Mm-hmm.
That's like what Pink said. Pink's
Mhm.
like, she
Yeah.
likes to change her colors so much, but that's why it's short.
Mm-hmm.
And how old's Pink now? She's middle age and she's still like,
40s, yeah.
does her hair
Very-
like she did in the early 90s because she
She's very
started
cool.
in, oh no, she started late 90s. She started around 98,
Mm.
but she's still rocking all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, isn't it like iconic to her image now as well, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know if she'd be Pink without like the cool little
No,
pixie.
yeah. And she was cool because her first collab was that Moulin Rouge.
Oh.
With
With Christina Aguilera. She
Yeah.
sounds so
And
amazing.
she was at the time a relative unknown, but she signed with LA Reid,
Mm.
and so she got put into that. And boy, was that pretty cool for her because
What an
she wasn't the
amazing
superstar in that little
No.
thing. The others were the big ones.
Yeah.
And she ever take that on? It goes to show how, her confidence.
Yeah. Yeah, and she killed it.
She killed it.
I didn't know that was her first.
Yeah, that
I
was
didn't
her
know that was
first.
her
Well,
first thing.
her first record was out through LA Reid, and she never really liked it because it wasn't her thing.
Okay.
And their second one is really what set her.
Mm.
I can take the towel out because I want to It's just too much bulk around the cutting.
And Lil' Kim was on that as well, wasn't she? I think.
Yeah.
Christina and Lil' Kim.
Christina and Lil' Kim. Those were heavy hitters of that era.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you had Pink, who nobody really knew yet, but that's why Ali Reed would put her in there to put her on the map. So, and well, he was right with what he saw in her, but she just didn't agree with his direction.
Did they not stay together?
Well, you know the song, LA told me you'd be big star. Yeah, that was her FU to Ali Reed because she didn't like the direction.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
so that was her. Go back and listen to those lyrics, and because that's the thing, she wrote about everybody, her dad, her mom, you know, L.A. Reid, you know, she would air a grievance to lyrics, kind of like, you know, I always make the joke, don't date Taylor Swift, because she'll turn you into a song.
I love it.
Because eventually she'll turn you into a song. She'll break up with you, and then you become a song, and then she just decides it's about you. Like, oh no, that's not about them. But obviously it is, right? So she's singing the current football player. Yeah, that football player is going to become a song at some point. Oh, even if it does work out, he's still going to become a song.
She's already done some songs.
Oh, does she?
Actually.
Oh, yeah, that's no surprise. Yeah, he's a song.
I'm going to date a musician so I can get. So
you'll be a song.
I'd love it.
Yeah. Now the best was Patty Boyd.
Oh,
you know who she is, right?
Yes, I know who she is.
Yeah, because she married first George Harrison.
Yes.
And then Eric Clapton stole her from George.
Did you write Layla about her?
Yeah, because George wrote something in the way she moves.
Oh, I never knew that was about her.
Yeah, he wrote that about her.
I love that song.
And then, so then Eric Clapton takes her from George and writes, Layla, you got me. So yeah, she got, like, something and Layla were written about her.
Incredible.
And then George is the best because he doesn't hold on. Like, George and Eric were friends.
Yeah.
And it kind of, you know, Eric did steal his wife. He did steal his wife.
Yeah.
But he didn't hold a grudge. So years later, you know, when he was, you know, he died in 2001. He died November 2001. So it's towards, you know, the last few years of his life. He said in an interview, he said, "Of course, Eric's my friend. We once shared a wife." So he doesn't hold a grudge, you know. He had that kind of humor about it.
Wow.
But their friendship went way back.
Did she stay with Eric Clapton very long?
No. They stayed together for a while, quite a while. I think Eric truly loved her, wanted to spend the rest of his life with her, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened, how that ended? She was incapable of having kids.
Oh.
Because she partied a lot and all that stuff.
Very sad.
And so Eric wanted to have a kid.
Yeah.
And then the next part of that story is sad because they left. You know, you get into another relationship and you build all that up, and then he finally had his kid, and then his kid died, and that's the Tears in Heaven song.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Will you know my name? Now I wrote that song shortly after his kid died. I always said it wasn't about his kid.
Oh.
No,
it's too raw. Then I guess.
Well, it goes to show how it was pretty soon after. Yeah. He wrote it for a movie soundtrack. And then so he left that one and then went up with somebody else, and then eventually he got his family, but it took...
it's very sad.
Yeah, no, but it's, you know, the rock star life, I guess. But nobody wants that kind of stuff to happen, but
no, of course.
That's what happened.
Wow, Patty Boyd, what a woman.
Patty Boyd, I know. She was, in my view, when you look at her when she was in her prime, like in the, you know, when she was together with those two together, her and George, she was like the Kate Moss of that era.
Yeah.
Like she was absolutely, like you look at Kate Moss through when her heyday and you look at Patty Boyd, I'm like, both of them, I'm like, oh my God, they're both amazing. Kate Moss in the 90s was, best thing about her was whenever she's, you know, not working, and you get some shots of her in the gossip magazines, she was like beer in one hand, cigarette in the other.
Like leaning out a window. Yeah, partying.
Yeah,
so she's cool.
Yeah.
So she was the beginning of the 90s, wasn't she, when she got famous?
Yeah. So yeah, I did love her.
Real height of the supermodels.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's iconic.
Oh, and then you get this haircut and you're looking for a job. Boy, you're going to nail it with this haircut. Or if we do another haircut, any haircut you end up with today. They're all good haircuts.
It's all going to help.
It's all going to help. But you always stand out more with haircuts because, you know, someone says, oh, what about that girl with that cool haircut?
Yeah.
And it's happened before too. I had one girl, she was Latina from Argentina with hair down to her waist.
Beautiful.
And she came in the salon and she goes, I need to cut all this off. I said, why? It was same with that other picture, like Mim, I showed you the Mim. You know, the long hair made you look like you were a teenager.
Yeah.
And then the haircut made you look like you were in your 20s. So she came in, she wasn't even going to be a haircut mom. She just came in, she goes, I need to cut all, let Tina go, I need to cut all this off. I said, why? And she said, because I've been dropping CVs around Wellington for 4 weeks now, no one calls me back. They think I look 16.
Oh.
And I said, how short are you going? She goes, I don't care. I just anything. So I ended up cropping it short, like short pixie this long all over, which is a big deal for a Latina girl. They never do that. You know what? She had a job within a week.
There you go.
And you know where she got it? This is even better. This is even better. So she went for her job interview, and it was for craft services on a film set.
Okay, cool.
And the interview is going well. And then somewhere towards the end of the interview, the guy interviewing her says, by the way, I love your haircut. And she says, oh, thanks. It was like this long. I just cut it. And he went, oh, who cut it? And he said, oh, this guy Matthew. He goes, oh, yeah, we know Matthew. And it kind of left the interview like that. So off she went. And she's like, And then she got the message right pretty quickly. They wanted her. And guess what the job was for?
Tell me.
Craft services on the Hobbit film.
What a dream.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, she still lives in Wellington today.
Yeah.
She grew her hair only here. She didn't get long hair again. But if she never cut her hair that day, she wouldn't have been on the craft services on that.
Wow.
On that,
What an amazing story.
Yeah. So these things do work.
They do.
Her what do you call it? Confidence shot up, and she looked like she was 24. She was 24. Just the long hair made her look 16. That short crop made her look 20. I'll show you pictures of her later.
Yes, please.
But boy, does that ever work. But any haircut's meant to be empowering.
Okay. Yeah, because it's just a change, isn't it?
Yep.
Like freshens up everything.
Yeah.
Good.
You can bob all your life. I think you should just go shorter. But you just have to. You have to do that on your own terms.
Yeah.
You can do it today. It's an invitation. If not, because otherwise you've had bobs. This has been your go-to. Like, I think you need to push yourself a little bit. But that's good. Yeah. Do this haircut for now.
Yes. See how I look at the end.
Yeah.
And there's always next time as well.
I know.
What products do you use in the salon? Like
Voila.
shampoos? Voila.
Yeah.
I've not heard of them actually.
They're a German company.
Oh, okay, nice. Can you get? Where do you buy them? Can you get them in?
Oh,
like,
we got it.
local-
No, we have a contract.
Ah, lovely.
We're part of their network. If you go on the website and you type in Wella Salons, our salon will come up for Wellington. Because we're part of their network. I don't know how many Wella salons are left in Wellington at the moment, because all the salons in this market and everywhere keep disappearing. Salons
Really?
keep closing everywhere. We're still going okay.
Yeah. Do you think that's because, like you were saying earlier, Wellington's kind of going
Yeah.
on a
The whole
down
world is
at the
anyway.
moment? Yeah.
But also the other thing that happens, these are recessions and things. Like I've been going through recessions so many times in my life. The ones who are bad at money, it cleanses them out of the market.
Yeah.
And the ones who are able to save money for a rainy day, or are good with their money, or good money managers, or my thing is, my rule, you can be a good money manager or anything like that, but you know what it is for me? Don't borrow money. Because the cost of borrowing money will kill you.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a turn in the economy. Just use the money you have.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the money, buy a house, pay the mortgage down, use the equity.
Yeah.
Because if you're taking loans to start a business, oh man, that could sink you. So I didn't borrow money to start this business. I used the money I have, and be resourceful about it.
Yeah.
Because if you get a big loan, let's say you get a $250,000 loan, and then you're going to do something, on the big project management type thing, kind of salon.
Yeah.
But then you have to pay all that back. So that's kind of like paying a mortgage off during your operating costs of your business. Or if you don't even borrow money at all, then you're not paying anybody when you're operating. So with me, this is my second location in Wellington. There was one before. I didn't borrow money for either location.
Well done.
No. But we did move money out of mortgage and back into mortgage.
Yeah.
We did do that. But that's because that's the lowest interest rate.
Yeah.
Because business loans are not cheap. They're expensive. And then if you get in trouble with your business loan, then it goes up to the interest rate just shoots up, right? Because you're considered high risk. And that'll sink businesses. So that's true with any business. If you want to be a florist, just start small.
Okay.
Do internet orders. Do it out of your house. Work your way up. Or you can borrow $150,000 to start your flower shop, but then if you get stuck with the payments, you'll lose your... And there's two type of people that start businesses. There's the dreamers and the visions.
Yeah.
The ones who have a vision.
Okay.
The ones who have a vision see it through. The ones who are dreamers tend to not, because they're following a dream.
Yeah.
And then it kind of they lost their dream. So one of my salon owners years ago, she said that best. She's Italian too. She said that, oh yeah, no, there's two types of people that start salon. There's the dreamers and the visions. And she said, I visioned this 10 years before I even did it. She had a vision, and then she just made the vision happen. So she wasn't a dreamer, and she did really well. And then, you know, with the hair industry, we see so many salons open and close.
Yeah.
You know, you go to the opening and then they close. A lot of those are the dreamers. And a lot of the dreamers are using other people's money. Yeah. Because they're just at all costs trying to pursue their dream. And then there's no real plan behind it.
Yeah.
So I always want to open a salon, but I always, you know, you want to have a vision and see it through. And that's how I did it. And I, you know, years ago, I just rented an apartment. I rented an apartment above the hair salon in Toronto. Oh, so it was the third floor above. And I lived in the back, and I turned the front into a hair studio. So that means I was living where I was doing hair. So I did that, and that was a good way of doing it too, because you're not paying to rent something somewhere and rent. Well, you're not renting two things, right? You're not renting a business and renting an apartment. Yeah. You're doing it out of a studio. So I did. That was my first one in Toronto on Queen Street years ago.
How was that living where you worked? Did you find it like a bit of a hard to separate?
It was fine. No, it was fine. Yeah, it was fine. But also it was a party space. Because it was a big studio.
Beer,
so
fridge, everything.
You know, it was maybe 3 o'clock in the morning I'd be doing someone's hair, because there's no hours when it's a hair studio. Yeah. So it was a crazy time in my life. I had that space for 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, it lasted 10 years.
Wow.
That was on Queen Street West in Toronto.
In Toronto.
Yep.
I'd love to go to Canada one day.
Sure.
I'd love to. I'm liking the length actually, this looks good.
Yeah, told you to do that extra little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
That extra centimeter is makes all the difference in the world for you.
No, you're right.
And you like center parting?
I do, yes.
And we're going to do no bangs with this one. Yeah.
Yeah, no bangs for the moment.
And we're going to blow dry it with volume and bent under.
Yes, perfect. Let's do it.
Because if you look at this haircut I'm giving you, a sleek look is the modern look. That's the way to do it. Yeah. But we're doing retro haircuts because you've never had it. You've had bobs your whole life. Yep. But you've had this kind of bob your whole life, and you put over your ears kind of thing. Yes. Now we're going to do mousse, round brush, and bend it under, and maybe even we're going to put a curling iron through it. Yeah, oh, and also, we said, because you're all center parting, aren't you? Yes. So we're going to do that, aren't you? Is it going to be that way or that way?
I don't know, because I have this bit like little baby hairs here.
You just let me know. That's the side?
I think this is my favourite side anyway.
That's what we're going to do. So we're going to make it...
Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah. So we're going for like 80s.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, exciting.
Yeah. So no center parting, and we're going to make it as big as we can.
Perfect.
Cool. Let me grab
go for it.
a couple things here.
Oh, it feels so strange to put my hands like this and not be able to hold any hair now.
Definitely.
But I like it.
Yeah, that's true. The best things about bobs is it just ends.
Yeah. I like the style of that woman in the pink on the wall as well. I like the way it's being blow dried there. It's beautiful. Cool.
Yeah, I think that was done. Fresh one, root shot, so we get lift up the root.
Smells nice as well.
Yeah, everything well is awesome.
So that's to volumise the roots, you
Yeah.
said?
Root lift, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I used the strong dose. Going big. I promote it, but they don't. You can't get it anymore.
So what does this do?
Volumizer.
Oh, still nice.
Yeah. Root lift and then shape hold.
Lovely.
Oh, this is a lot of volumizer in your hair. It's soaking with it, which is
That's okay.
And we'll try to bend it under as strong as we can.
Okay, perfect.
Ridiculous. Try to make a ridiculous blow dry because we love ridiculous blow dries on this channel.
We do.
So I'll use. Too tight.
I love it. It's so cool.
I would take you, if you were Bob and you were going to the ball,
Yeah.
I would want you to show up to with this sort of dress.
I would feel very confident. So
You would, wouldn't you?
I would.
Yeah, because your hair was too short for an updo and you got this instead.
Yeah.
And that's what the village hairdresser did for you. And you're like, and they gave you a fresh haircut and they gave you this blow dry instead of an updo.
Wow.
That would be the better date for the ball. Maybe we should put you in this one.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all these short bits at the back.
Yeah.
How can I kind of keep on top of that myself?
You're gonna see me.
Okay.
I'm always here for you.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna book your next one. Same with Tegan. I'm gonna book your
course.
next one before you leave.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
And every time you come, you get your next one booked, and you're never gonna pay for a haircut.
Oh,
Every
lovely.
time you appear on the camera, I pay you $50.
Thank you very much.
If you want another one tonight, I'll give you some more money if this is good for tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's always your choice. It's your hair.
Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. I had no idea this was going to happen when I walked in. And I love it. It's made my day.
Yeah, we've had a blast.
Forgot about the little dress.
I know. We did the dress up.
We did.
It's not the ball dress, but it's.
No, it's.
I
good.
kind of like it.
I like it.
Actually, the hair actually goes with it. So
It does,
we've
doesn't it?
we
Wow,
made it
look
big,
at
we
all
made
the
it round, we made it
bounce.
short.
Sweet.
This is the biggest bob you've ever had in your
Absolutely.
because you've had many bobs,
Had many bobs.
just never this big. Now when you look from the back, it looks like a $2,000 wig.
It does.
Yeah, that is so friggin' cool.
Wow.
That is amazing on all sides.
Amazing. Thank
That
you very
is
much.
a
I
work
love
of
it.
art. So what we're gonna do next, we'll grab some shots of it. So you come
Perfect.
over here like Tegan did before.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
And then we're gonna hang out back here behind
Yeah.
the chair, and we're gonna say, we'll come over here behind the chair.
Oh,
Come
sorry.
behind the chair. And we'll spin it a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at there, and look up there, and look how big that is. Look how big. That is so big. Come to the side profile. Look straight. That is so big. That's the biggest bob ever. And then come to the front, and then I think people leave a comment below. Let us know what you think, and let us know what. Oh man, it's from the song because I've been blow drying for so long. My favorite, Celia. What Celia should do next, and cool. And bye, tubers. You can say bye.
Bye. This is so cool.
So fun, eh?
So fun. I just sent my mum a photo.
Oh, definitely.